Sunday, August 22, 1920, the New York dailies introduced the reading public to a jazz age phenomenon they will come to know quite well over the next 13 years of Prohibition, the one-way ride. The honor of being the first went to former Brooklynite Frederick Eckert. Eckert was found the previous morning in the front passenger seat of a large sedan on a lonely Staten Island road. To unsuspecting civilians, not yet trained in bootleggers' ways, he appeared to be a tired motorist who pulled over to the side of the road for a nap, as opposed to what he really was, the head of a liquor hijacking outfit with 3 extra holes in his head. Though a New Yorker by birth, he had become boss of a stolen car ring operating out of Orange, New Jersey. With the advent of Prohibition, Eckert was early to realize what a gangster with a government agent's badge could get away with. He started pulling over alcohol shipments, confiscating liquor, and reselling it himself. Mostly on Staten Island. Supposedly, he was in cahoots with 2 actual Prohibition agents. Things started going south for Eckert earlier in the summer. On June 29th, he and his men stole 2 cars from Newark, New Jersey, and 4 days later, used one of them in a hijacking of $100,000 worth of whiskey. Newark detectives traced the stolen cars to a garage in Apatcong, New Jersey and started a stakeout. After a few days, they arrested Eckert and a Confederate. The duo was turned over to the local constable who locked them up in the town's small jail for the night. The following day, the prisoners managed to escape before the Newark detectives were able to collect them. The official reason given was that members of Eckert's gang managed to sneak into the jailhouse in the middle of the day and break the padlocks off the jail doors without alerting anybody. It smelled heavily of Eckert bribing his way out. Eckert remained free until August 12, when he was arrested in Lower Manhattan and placed in the Tombs, New York City's premier prison. As he sat in his cell, authorities from New Jersey worked to have him extradited to Newark. After a week or so, Eckert sent out a message to his business partners, "Either you get me out or I will get you in and keep you in." A guard at the prison stated that he heard Eckert say, "I'm going to squeal on those dry agents if they don't come to the front for me." Shortly thereafter, Eckert was released on a writ of habeas corpus. 12 hours later he was dead. 3 theories for his murder surfaced. 1. Vengeful gangsters. Eckert's wife Florence, who wasn't oblivious to her husband's occupations, seemed to have intimate details of the murder, including where exactly her husband was shot and how he came to be found in the sedan. According to her, the plan was to dump his body in some bushes, but once the shooting was done, the death party panicked and ran away. She named 2 men from Staten Island who were picked up, and 2 bootleggers from the Bronx whose names were kept out of the press. Supposedly the Bronx boys pulled the trigger. Or one of them anyways. The second theory was that he was killed by the 2 dry agents he'd been dealing with. The agents of course denied involvement, although one of them admitted to knowing the Eckerts, but insisted that he didn't know that Mr. Eckert was a bootlegger. Their boss assured all that the agents were good honest men who wouldn't become involved with a man of Eckert's ilk. Both agents were transferred and nothing more was heard about them. The third theory, receiving little attention, was that Eckert was bumped off by a gang associate who felt he'd been cheated on a job. In time, everybody arrested or questioned in the murder was exonerated. Mrs. Eckert wasn't happy with the outcome. "I shall not let my husband's murder go unavenged," she told the press, adding that she was going to hire lawyers to see that justice was done. Nothing came of it. Like the vast majority of Gangland murders to come, after a lot of hot air was expelled and promises of arrests were made, zilch. Eckert was quickly forgotten as new ride victims began to pop up on a regular basis. If you would like to learn more about New York City's Gangland murders from the Prohibition era, please check out these ebooks available through Amazon.com.